good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm Rob Evans. Welcome to Daybreak Plus. We're breaking down all the biggest news you may have missed overnight and going deep into the matters that matter to you. We're going to start with basketball, and for the first time since 2003, 22 years, my math is correct, the Texas women's basketball team was in the Final Four of the NCAA tournament. The Longhorns knocked out TCU last night, 58-47. After the game, Texas head coach Vic Schaefer expressed how proud he is of his team. Take a listen.
You know, I think it's just a combination of a lot of things that had to happen for us to have a chance to win, and this group did it. I mean, they played their hearts out, y'all. I think everybody in here would agree to that. They were tough. They made
pretty good game for sure. In the Final Four, the Longhorns will play a familiar foe, South Carolina, for the fourth time this season. Texas has won one of them. The previous three matchups, South Carolina won two of them. The the most important game of the season, though, of course, hey, it's the next one. It's Friday in Tampa Bay. 7:02 right now, taking a live look at the Dell Diamond ahead of the home opener tonight. And KVUE Savan Nava has a closer look at this season's new ballpark menu.
Cracker Jacks are synonymous with baseball, but here at the Dell Diamond, they are really swinging for the fences with every bite. Joining me, we have Chef Joel Peña. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the food.
Yeah, we're getting ready for the season. Like the team, we're getting our lineup ready. The classic popcorn that you're always going to have. We have the chuck wagon baked potato. That's loaded with the smoked brisket, queso, a little sour cream on the bottom, green onions, and cheddar cheese.
I think two people can eat that one.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
You'd be surprised.
How about the fish and chips? That's a hefty portion.
So this is from Pork and Barrel, our pub downstairs, and down the street also. We hand batter them, deep fry them, and serve it with tahini and or grilled lemons. That's a hit.
Yes. You know what seems like a hit to me? This one right here. Is it called the Big Tex Footlong?
Yeah, the Big Tex is a unique thing for this season. So think a jalapeno popper.
Yeah.
So what we did is we take all the components of a jalapeno popper and incorporate it into the hot dog. There is cream cheese, there is jalapenos, there is the bacon, all those wrapped in a hot dog.
Oh, that's wrapped in goodness. And the tater tots look so good.
We're taking a South Pacific Asian type of flair on this. It's like a Korean bulgogi, mostly made with beef. This is going to be cooked overnight. That way it's tender and soft for the next day.
That makes sense.
It's on a Korean barbecue.
Ooh, you cook it low and slow, right?
Yes. So,
all this food, you're going to have to wash it down with something. So these are our signature cocktails, or they could be a mocktail, whatever you prefer. And this one is called, this one in particular, Honey, I'm Home.
Honey, I'm Home. And those are unique recipes that we cannot rebuild right now. You have to taste it to know what it is.
It is top secret. Okay,
Yeah,
this
that
all
is
looks
correct.
so good. Your top seller, the one thing that you sell so much of.
In this ballpark, and every ballpark will be beer and hot dogs.
You got to stick with the classics, right?
Of course, it's baseball.
Yeah.
Well, the Round Rock Express celebrating 25 years of playing ball. In their very first season, the Express won the Texas League Championship. Reed Ryan is the CEO of Ryan Sanders Baseball, which owns Round Rock Express, and he says the team is a labor of love. Take a listen.
Our family has continued to put money into the Dell Diamond. We're sitting in the brand new visitors clubhouse we have right now. The city of Round Rock has continued to put money into the Dell Diamond. So we've continued to keep this facility as good as it was the day it opened up.
Now, Round Rock Express giving fans a little something extra for getting to the game early. Take a look at the June promotions. Some giveaways for the first 2,000 fans. You can get the Express soccer jersey on June 14th. On the 27th, the team will hand out 2,000 Texas League Championship replica rings. Those are really cool. I've gotten some of those before, and they're actually neat. On the 28th, you can get a Nolan Ryan Express Hawaiian shirt. That's pretty cool. And let's go to July now, and giveaways continue with oversized Express caps July the 5th. And, okay, this is one of my favorites. I talked about this earlier with Rylan, the announcer. The Nolan Ryan bobble leg. Yes, bobble leg. So it's a bobblehead, but the leg goes up and down like his pitching motion. I'm excited about that. I'm going to be there for sure, without a doubt. Pretty cool. July 30th, by the way, is also a theme night, which is Stand Up to Cancer. All right, 7:05 right now. Let's get a look at weather and traffic with Grace and Hannah. Starting with Grace, and what can we expect? No pressure, but tonight, a lot of pressure, actually.
I mean, Rob, I'm trying to understand what you mean by that bobblehead you were talking about. The leg shakes like this, maybe? They're not going to show me. You're like, does it shake like that? I can't tell, but I like free stuff anyway. I mean, there's going to be a lot of free stuff out towards the Dell Diamond tonight if you're headed out there. I will say we're starting off with the allergy count of this morning. Oak in the very high category, grass up to high, all of them in the high. And there is even a long list that I wasn't able to include on this graphic. So if you are bothered by allergens, please take that allergy medication today. Of course, University of Texas Tower there glowing burnt orange for our Lady Longhorns. We are rooting for them as we head into another week here as they head towards the Final Four. 64 degrees to start off your day. A bit cooler in some places, a bit warmer in others. You're warmer out towards the hill country than yesterday this morning, and out towards Austin as well as our eastern areas. We're trending a bit cooler, some of us in the mid 50s. So as you step out the door, might need that light jacket out there. Okay, wind speeds, we'll pull these up because they're going to be much different this afternoon. They're going to be boosting up to the 20, 25, and even 30 mile per hour range for those gusts out there. You can see 29 by about 6 p.m. and into 8 p.m. So if you are headed out towards the Dell Diamond tonight, you may need kind of a baseball cap. It would be a perfect day for that. All right, let's head into this afternoon. By noon, we have that cloud cover around, a little bit more sunshine out towards the hill country. Minor sparse showers will be possible pretty much all day long. A little bit later into tonight, we should clear things out pretty nicely, but there will be some clouds kind of lingering around, especially as we head into tomorrow. Overnight, those clouds will work their way back in. By tomorrow morning, we could see a sparse shower on the map, as well as, of course, those low-level clouds, maybe a little bit of some visibility issues. And then heading into the latter half of Wednesday, about we'll say 10 a.m. to even 2 p.m. We've got some showers moving over the area. So day after day, as we head into the middle of this week, we're going to have some minor chances for storms sparking up. Now, these are going to be low chances for severity up towards the hill country. That's where we are outlined in the marginal risk today. And then tomorrow, that marginal risk actually spreads a little bit further into town, and that will be for our Wednesday. So we'll keep a track on that. As we head towards our Tuesday, again, Tuesday night, pregame hours, about 77 degrees if you are headed to watch some baseball tonight. And then postgame will be down to the mid 70s over at the Dell Diamond. Now we have to keep talking about rain chances because they're going to keep coming all week long, especially Friday into Saturday. We have a cold front moving into the area Friday night into Saturday morning and then drying out as we head towards our Saturday afternoon. And look at that, out towards Amarillo, some snow showers are expected. So this cold front is going to do what cold fronts normally do. I know sometimes they don't cool us down, but this one is certainly going to cool us down as we head into next week. You can see from Saturday, 81 degrees for that high temperature, all the way down to the upper 60s for our highs as we start off our next week here. All right, Hannah, how's traffic looking?
I love the 60s. Thank you so much, Grace. Your time now is 7:09, and a good Tuesday morning to you. We've got a busy day across the area. Taking a live look right now, seeing our typical slowdowns coming in from South Austin in those northbound lanes, and we're looking pretty good. We've had a couple issues that have all cleared out rather quickly. Of course, business as usual, though, coming in from South Austin. We got about 4 miles of that slow crawl that we know and not so much love. And aside from that, we actually had a crash that just cleared up at Burton and Riverside that was slowing down those eastbound lanes. So looking better there. You can see we've got a little bit of a slowdown over the water this morning, but we've certainly seen worse, haven't we? We also have a stalled vehicle right now on 71 eastbound at Ben White Boulevard. And taking a look across the rest of the map, this is all because of a stalled vehicle here at Runberg Lane. There's always something going on here, and this is impacting both ways because of that issue on I-35, on that entry ramp, I should say, for I-35 southbound. So really not having an issue in the main lanes. You can also see some of our typical slowdowns heading southbound from Riverside. But love to see this. The crashes are clearing quickly. We just had a hiccup in Pflugerville. That's cleared up, looking nice and clear there along the 130 toll road. But really what we're left with is our typical slowdowns. AISD is back to class today, so definitely feeling that today. Slowing down in Cedar Park at 29 miles per hour. Good morning to you. Round Rock, you guys have a big night tonight for that opener. And then Manor slowing down as well on 290. And then Buda, still no active crashes there, but just kind of our typical, like I said, slowdowns as we're heading northbound. So looking good across the rest of the area. Should be a great day across the region. Rob.
All right, Hannah, thank you very much. Another Central Texas school district is struggling financially. We've been talking about this for quite some time. All the different schools that are having problems finding money, having to raise taxes, and rising costs and funding challenges are taking a toll on Del Valley ISD right now. The district is now having to make some difficult decisions. KVUE's Isabella Basco has a closer look at the challenges ahead.
All districts are in the same boat.
As a former teacher, Newton Collins Elementary parent Curtis Clay understands the challenges in public schools.
We're continually asking teachers, educators to do more with less.
And that's a struggle for Del Valley ISD, with the district facing a preliminary $13 million deficit. Over the last few weeks, Superintendent Matthew Gutierrez says they've been looking at ways to decrease it.
We're also looking at departmental budgets and making a decrease to every single department. We are also having to look at staffing levels.
During the pandemic, many school district positions were added from federal dollars, which were focused on reducing learning loss. Now the superintendent says they are looking at eliminating about 30 positions through attrition, which is when employees voluntarily resign or retire. With the legislature not increasing the basic allotment since 2019, which is the minimum funding schools get each year per student, Superintendent Gutierrez worries about the future.
If we do not get the needed funding, we are going to be in a world of hurt.
To hear about their school district's predicament is disappointing for Clay.
We know that there is a surplus when it comes to this, and we have so many people in office who are making these decisions, and I don't think they're truly feeling the impact of those decisions that they make.
Well, the New York Stock Exchange, Texas, is open for business. Yes, New York Stock Exchange, Texas. The New York Stock Exchange reincorporated its Chicago branch in Dallas and rebranded it as NYSE Texas. Its first listing was, by the way, was President Donald Trump's Trump Media and Technology Group. That's the parent company of Truth Social. Officials with the stock exchange say the new branch provides a listing exchange to companies that are attracted to the state's growing population, business-friendly agenda, and strong economy. And speaking of President Donald Trump, he says his tariff plan will bring in revenue for the U.S. Economists argue, though, the price of clothes, the price of food, the price of cars, the price of electronics, the price of everything basically going to go up for you and I. As ABC's Perry Russmick reports, it's not clear which countries President Trump actually plans to target.
With 1 day to go until President Trump announces his reciprocal tariffs for what he calls Liberation Day, major questions remain. Will any countries be exempt? How high will the tariffs be? And how long will they last?
They're reciprocal. So whatever they charge us, we charge them, but we're being nicer than they were.
Trump's tariffs escalating a trade war that most economists say will cost consumers more, raising the prices of what Americans buy on everything from clothing to food at the grocery store, including bananas, strawberries, and avocados.
We're going to pay for it. We're going to pay for it dearly.
Trump argues the tariffs will create American manufacturing and boost revenue, but the economic uncertainty is leading Goldman Sachs to raise the probability of a U.S. recession in the next year to 35%, up from 15% last fall.
I think investors are going to be very nervous about all that because that's the fodder for an economic downturn. Obviously, that's not good for business.
Some Senate Republicans appear to be skeptical of the tariffs.
Nobody knows. We're in uncharted waters.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune says he's waiting to see what's actually implemented. On the Senate floor overnight, Democratic Senator Cory Booker speaking for hours in a marathon protest speech against the Trump administration.
In just 71 days, the president of the United States has inflicted so much harm on Americans' safety, financial stability, the core foundations of our democracy, and even our aspirations as a people from our highest offices, a sense of common decency.
Later today, Senate Democrats plan to force a protest vote. They are trying to stop Trump from imposing tariffs on Canada. It has a chance to pass in the Senate, but will likely go nowhere in the House. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, here's kind of a shocker for you. Hooters is going bankrupt in Texas. Yeah, ABC's Lana Moise has more on the plan to try to save the chain.
This morning, Hooters is shifting away from its iconic skimpy waitress outfits and bikini days, instead opting for a family-friendly vibe. Facing nearly $400 million in debt, the chain now filing for bankruptcy protection as it looks to sell its company-owned restaurants to two groups backed by the original founders.
Thanks to inflation and declining sales, we might have to say farewell to Hooters and instead dine at the next best body part-themed wing place, Buffalo Wild Butts.
Many restaurant chains have been struggling with rising costs and customers cutting back in the face of inflation. Red Lobster and TGI Fridays also filing for bankruptcy recently.
What we're hearing in general is that casual dining is really hurting because the customer is spending so much on daily necessities that they're not necessarily prioritizing a casual night of wings with friends or seafood. The restaurant industry is very much representative of the economy's health as a whole.
Prices at chain restaurants skyrocketed 42% in the last 5 years, nearly double the rate of inflation. As for the new version of Hooters, the original founders have some changes in store, telling Bloomberg, "You go to some parts of the country and people say, 'Oh, I could never go to Hooters, my wife would kill me,' adding, 'That's depressing to us. We want to change that.'" They're vowing to improve the food and ingredients, and staff is now being urged to greet women first when groups arrive. The sale must still be approved by a bankruptcy judge. Hooters already closed 44 low-performing restaurants. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
Okay, somebody in Round Rock, maybe somebody out there watching right now, is $7.5 million richer. The winner bought a Texas scratch-off, which is so cool. It's a Lotteria Supreme. You see it right there. A scratch-off ticket at the Paloma Lake Market on County Road 110. That's near Highway 130. Of course, this person is going to be, which they have the right to do, they're going to stay anonymous. In Texas, you can do that. They say they plan to use that money to travel the U.S. Congrats to them. It's the first of 4 top prizes in this game. Get on out there and travel and stay anonymous. Don't tell anybody because you'll get all these new friends that you don't want. All right, we leave you this morning with something to talk about, and lawmakers listened as Senate Bill 22 was voted out of committee 11-0. It's going to advance to the full Senate. What is this, right? That's your question. Well, every 2 years, this would put $500 million towards a long-term film incentive fund. Why are we talking about it? Well, because they're there. Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson talked about it during yesterday's SB 22 hearing. He told lawmakers, McConaughey did, that for every dollar awarded, they would return more than $4 to the state. And then he talked about his buddy and how it's going to help his buddy next to him. Take a listen.
ROI. That is money that's going to local Texas restaurants, hotels, coffee shops, dry cleaners, street rentals, home rentals, even Woody's barber. Gotcha. Threw one in there, babe.
I love their little bromance. That's awesome. After the hearing, McConaughey and Harrelson waved their cameras there, and the fans gathered in the hallway, but they did not take any questions, like which barber he actually goes to, or if he goes to one. I want to know which one Matthew goes to. His hair is always great. All right, that's it for Daybreak Plus, everybody. Let us know what you want to talk about. I doubt it's their hair, but hey, if it is, let me know too. It's fine. Message us at 512-459-9442. You can also message me on a social media if you'd like, at Rob Evans TV on Instagram, on Facebook, or on X. And stick around because Daybreak continues right here on KVUE Plus. Goodbye, everybody.